Hey everyone, good morning from Crow's Landing. So I'm here this weekend with the American Autocross Series, which is one of the premier West Coast autocross groups. Many national champions in this group, and lots of fantastic competition. We're going to compare the Yokohama A052 to the Falken RT-660. We have a nice permanent test course set up, and so I can do back-to-back runs and do some real controlled testing, which makes it nice. Now, one little asterisk on that is that the sizes of the tires are a little different. The Yokohama is the traditional 225 45 17 size that we run in C Street. I went with a little different size, as you've seen probably in my other videos with the Falken. It's a 215 40 17, so it's a little bit shorter, but a little bit more contact patch on the ground. So one of the things about those two different sizes, the 215 being a shorter tire means acceleration should be a little bit better. However, with autocrossing, typically we don't like to do a lot of shifting, so we want to definitely try and keep it in second gear as long as possible. Making shifts costs time. So the only real drawback to that short tire is that the theoretical top speed of second gear will be lower than what it would be on a taller tire. So we'll see if we run out of gear anywhere, but should be a good back-to-back test on some grippy concrete to kind of see how the tires perform. So first off this morning, I'm going to start my runs on the Yokohamas, and then I will switch to the Falkens, and then back to the Yokohamas for some control runs. So let's get over to the practice course. Okay, made the switch over to the Falkens, and we're going to take 3 or 4 runs here on the Falkens before we switch back and do the control runs on the Yokohamas. So best run on the Yokohamas was, actually I did 3 runs, all 36 flat. Quickest was a 36.054. Okay, we made the switch back to the Yokohamas for a couple of control runs, and so it was pretty amazing that the Falkens were literally right on the same 10th as the Yokohamas. We'll see what how the Yokohamas respond on these control runs. Well, there you have it. It's official. The Yokohama A052 is faster than the Falken RT-660. But there might be a little bit more to the story than just that. Overall, it was pretty surprising to see how close the two tires were on the watch. At the end of the day, when all the dust settled, we're talking less than 0.2 of a second. That is close. So close that I would call it within the noise. But each tire definitely has some strengths and some weaknesses that I thought I would share with you in closing. First off, the Yokohama. Number one strength of the Yokohama is longitudinal grip. It puts down power really well and is fantastic under braking. You can launch almost 1,000 RPM higher to get a great launch. Also, peak grip on the Yokohama is super high. Once the tires take a set in the corner, they record pretty high G numbers. The drawback to the Yokohama is a super soft sidewall and therefore a lack of feel. They are very numb and provide very little feedback to what's going on. In fact, transitionally, you kind of got to lead the car. You got to get ahead of it. I find myself almost attacking directly at a cone because by the time I get there, the car's just going to glide right by. So moving on to the Falken. Well, the Falken is kind of the opposite with its responses to the Yokohama. Much stiffer sidewall, therefore much more feedback, much more precision. You can drive them with confidence because it's much easier to place the car accurately. You don't kind of have to guess like you do with the Yokohama. Transitionally, the tire's fantastic. So that all being said, the Falken definitely struggles putting power down. It's not as good longitudinally. In fact, if you noticed at the start, I was either spinning the tires too long or bogging it because it was tricky to get the RPM right on the launch. I also mentioned in the beginning of the video that I was concerned about gearing.
I did run into the rev limiter on the Falkens right before that first brake point, but it wasn't extreme, so it didn't really hold the car back that much, but definitely the taller size of the Yokohama prevented that from being a problem. So which tire's best? Well, that's kind of for you to decide, and I think it's pretty tough to go wrong. Now, one thing I will say in closing is that in my experience, when the grip level goes down, meaning going from a grippy concrete site like Crow's Landing to, say, a pavement site that has less grip, that's when the Yokohama gets even better. I have noticed that gap between the tires can separate some when you get to a lower grip surface. So take that for what it's worth. And as I always say, this is one data point, and so many other factors could change the results depending on, you know, what site it's on, what weather conditions, what car, for example. You know, bigger cars with bigger tires can perform differently than what the Miata does. So take that all into consideration. But on this day, on that course, that's what I had, and it was pretty impressive to see how close the two tires were. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. And as always, please like and subscribe for more videos. And I hope to have some more racing content and tire testing coming up for 2022, including possibly a special guest for tires. So more to come on that. Thanks, everyone. Take care.